Hi, Gemini. Welcome to Remedies Alchemy and Tarot. Maybe I'll get that going here. All right, technical difficulties. We have technical difficulties here from time to time. Thank you for putting up. Hopefully, we'll get past those difficult. There it is. All right, I do like to start your reading with a little bit of smudge. I have some sage here. Let me get that fired up. Maybe we'll get that fired up. Thank you, Spirit. Sage to cleanse the space. And 3 chimes to bring in positive energy. And this is a general tarot card reading for the zodiac sign of Gemini. If you have Gemini anywhere in your birth chart, this is your reading. It is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. You know what is for you and what is not for you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Gemini. Gemini, you know, you are in the energy of creating and receiving some unpleasant truths, some unknown truths. Thank you, Spirit. And I don't know, truth just seems to be the topic of conversation in both your planetary arrangements, the energy of the sun, the energy of the moon, the energy of the planets, and even the energy of those that are surrounding you. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Gemini. Gemini, welcome to Remedies Alchemy and Tarot. My name is Greta. I am an intuitive tarot card reader. I do look at the planetary placements to get an idea of the energy that is surrounding you at this time. But first and foremost, I do trust my intuition. It is my hope that during this reading, you learned to use, to trust, to vet your intuition as well. Where you are being led, what you are being divinely led to do in your life, and maybe even to verify what you see others in your life experiencing at this time as well. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Gemini. Let's bring these in just a little bit closer together so you have a good view of your cards here. Gemini, the foundation, the basis of your reading today is the Two of Wands. And here we see you looking out at the future, looking out into the great unknown, and thinking and pondering and deciding how to move forward. What I would like you to really note about this card is look, you have the world in your hands at this time. The opportunities that are becoming available to you are limitless, but it is going to take you, it's, spirit source is asking that you take time to pause, you take time to consider not only what you have in the present, but how what you have in the present is going to serve you in the future. I like that these cards come hand in hand. That is spirit confirming now is the time to ponder, now is the time to consider how to use what you have at hand to build your future, to create what it is that you're wanting to create. And let's see how that plays into the rest of your cards here, Gemini. And in your professional life, and this would be your work, career, money, finances, education, we start off with the Hermit card. And the Hermit card is really represents the teacher within. The teacher within you has the light, the teacher within you is shining the light on your path. And look at all of these cards about your path. The first three cards in this reading are about your path and considering and pondering your path. The Hermit card is suggesting that your intuition, your gut instinct, that voice within you is telling you what path to take. And even look at that. All four of these cards here are indicating that you are aware of the path, the choices, the decisions that need to be made, the action that need to be taken here in your professional life, in your public life. And this would be with how to invest your money, how to spend your money, um, starting your own business, creating your own business, starting school, starting in education, grabbing grabbing knowledge that is available to you. You know what to do, but you're frozen here. You're taking time to taking time to consider and taking time to ponder. But sometimes we can take too long, and that pause becomes procrastination, followed by the Six of Cups, which is memories, followed by the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is troubling memories, stressful memories, memories of the past, and a judgment or a justice. And a justice is like a karma. Justice is just. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for Gemini. Gemini, you want it all. You want it all. And perhaps because you want it all and you are so driven to have it all that you've spread yourself too thinly. That because you want it all, there's too many choices, there's too many options. It's like, do I follow the passion? Do I follow the desire? How do I achieve what it is that I want to achieve? Because you want it all. And many times in my readings, I encourage you to want it all. And I encourage you to dream bigger. And when we're dreaming bigger, that we dream big enough to include the dreams of those that we are working with, that include the dreams of those that can help us achieve our dreams in order to get everyone on the same page. And I love that about you. You are dreaming big, and you're dreaming big to include everyone's dreams. And, that's okay. But what is happening here, Gemini, is that you're spreading yourself too thin. It's like you're dreaming big enough. You have the ambition, you have the drive, you have everything that you need, but you're spreading yourself too thin because you're trying to achieve it all at one time. Source, spirit, the universe, and I believe even your intuition here is guiding you towards streamlining. And what I mean by streamlining is to focus on what is most important now. What is most important on today, on reaching that first step. So instead of trying to accomplish everything in the moment, instead of trying to achieve everything in the now, break it down into steps. Put together a process. And the more steps that you put in this process, the more focused you become. That um, breaking what it is that you're wanting to achieve down into steps or into sections, and then putting them in the order of importance, or in the order that they need to be done, the order that it needs to be achieved. So it's like you're trying to reach something, you're trying to achieve something, but you're not going in the right order. You're not taking the correct steps. You have the ability, you have the skills, you have the know how, but it is going to require you to streamline, to take time to consider, to take time to pause. And that's the truth. It's like you have everything, but how you are going about achieving that, how you are going about manifesting what it is that you're wanting to manifest here in your public life requires that you streamline, that you break things down into steps or break down things into smaller sections and do them in the correct order. So if you've already done that streamline, breaking things down, and it's not working out, then it's like you need to reorder. You're not doing things in the proper synchronization. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Gemini. And Gemini, in your private life, in your home life, and this would be family, friends, and love. We start with the King of Cups. And, the King of Cups has mastered his feelings and mastered his emotions to the point where he has isolated himself from those that are closest to him or those that are surrounding him, followed by the Fool's card, which is new beginnings, fresh starts. Thank you, Spirit. Holding on to resentments. We cannot make new beginnings. We cannot have fresh starts unless we let go of resentments. Followed by the Five of Swords. Resentments that cause chaos, that cause disagreements, that are causing conflict between three people. And these three people are all striving to be the winner, are all striving to come on top. It's like instead of working together, they are competing against each other. And they are in the belief, they are in the mindset that there has to be a winner or a loser. There's no room for compromise. There's no room to listening to what each other has to say. And that is causing harsh, abrasive words, followed by the Page of Swords. It's time to leave that in the past. It's time to put down resentments. Gemini, you may not even be realizing how much your hidden resentments, your hidden frustrations are affecting your personal relationships, or even the lack of personal relationships. It's because people can feel the tension that is coming from you. It's like you're radiating an inner tension, an inner struggle. And that is keeping people at a bay. That's keeping people from approaching you, from connecting with you. And this inner tension, this inner frustration stems from this past relationship, or in even a current relationship that has had problems in the past, that you're not letting go of past hurts, that it's causing you that internal struggle. And that internal struggle is keeping people at bay. It's causing this degree of isolation. It's like that degree of isolation. And, many times when I see the King of Cups, I will say, no man is an island unto himself. And here we see the King of Cups, but look, his throne is on an island, it's isolated. And this degree of isolation has really, it's that isolation, that frustration and tension. It's like you think, you feel like you have it all under control, that it's not affecting you, that it is not affecting those that are around you, or it's not affecting those that you're wanting to attract into your life. But it is. It's time to let that go. It's time for new beginnings. It's time for a fresh start. And we can attract what it is that we're wanting to attract into our lives when we first begin to acknowledge and to accept what we have experienced and what it is that we're feeling. It's like there's a disconnect from your feelings, from your emotions, from your thoughts. And this disconnect is from a past abuse, a past struggle, a past fight. But it's keeping people at bay right now. It's keeping you separate from what you are wanting to achieve in your personal life, in your private life now. And so, if you are wanting to attract love, or if you are wanting to build a stronger, loving relationship with those that are in your life now, it's going to require that you deal with those hidden truths, those hidden frustrations, and acknowledge and accept what it is that we're feeling. It's not like it's it's not like source is asking that you accept past trauma, or that you expect or accept that someone has hurt you, or someone has um, mistreated you, or abused you in the past. It's not asking that. It's just asking that we acknowledge that the past has happened, and that we acknowledge what it is that we are feeling as a result of that past behavior. That is when we begin to release the tension, release that negative energy that was forced on us, that negative energy of someone else's that we have accepted as ours. We can only let go of that negativity by acknowledging and accepting our feelings and thoughts about that. That is what opens us up, and that is what gives us the ability to let that go and begin that healing process. And that healing process is really self love, and demonstrating that we love ourselves and that we know we are worth more. And that self love, that type of self love, is what sends out positive energy into the universe. So the universe can reflect that back to us. Many times, you know, I'll say, or we'll talk about in readings, is karma is creating what we want and sending it out into the universe so the universe can reflect that back to us. For example, if we want love or if we want friendship, we must first become a good friend. We must first demonstrate love and send that out into the universe so the universe can send that back to us. And this practice of acknowledging and accepting is the first step in self love so the universe can reflect that back to us. Messages from Spirit. And here we start with the Knight of Cups. Slow and steady wins the race. You know, let's look at this Knight of Cups and look, his steed is slow and steady. And as he's making that progress slow and steady, look at him looking at that chalice, being careful with his precious cargo. And your feelings, your emotions, and your thoughts are precious cargo. And as we're healing, it is slow and steady wins the race. The Emperor card. Perhaps you're dealing with an Aries, or you have an Aries in your birth chart. But let's think about the Emperor card and what it takes for an emperor to be a good emperor, and how his use of his energy determines how the kingdom is going to be ran. Whether he is a good emperor or a bad emperor is determined by how he uses his energy. Followed by the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is about a quiet transition. A transition. Sometimes we need to leave behind the past. Leave behind the past. And the Queen of Wands, it's about acknowledgement and accepting. You know, Gemini, it takes energy to heal, and it takes energy to let go of resentment. Letting go of energy, letting go of resentment really does take, you know, it means taking risk and doing what we have avoided doing in the past. This is now, and this is the new you. And the new you is a person of taking action. The new you is a person of taking risk. The biggest risk for you now, Gemini, is to forgive yourself so that you can forgive others. And forgiveness isn't about forgetting. And forgiveness is not about accepting misdeeds that have happened to us. It's about acknowledging and accepting our feelings. We can forgive, and we must forgive before we can move on. And that is the message that I have for the zodiac sign of Gemini. I am going to open up the reading for questions to Spirit. If anyone has any questions for Spirit, please do write those in the comment section, and I will be very happy to draw some cards to see what Spirit has to say about your questions, your thoughts, or your concerns. I do want to thank you for tuning in to Remedies Alchemy and Tarot. Again, my name is Greta. I am an intuitive reader. Thank you, Spirit. Messages for the Gemini. Yes, and so I am open for questions. If you have any questions for Spirit, do write those in the comment section, and I will be very happy to draw some cards to see what Spirit has to say about those questions. Thank you, Spirit.